I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady.
As you may heard, I filed a few lawsuits, and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
Once an iconic mainstay of daytime television, The View was known for its dynamic mix of personalities and its unapologetic dive into hot-button topics. The show had become a place where diverse opinions collided, fueling lively debates on everything from pop culture to politics. Audiences loved the electric energy, with each episode sparking conversations in homes across the country, mirroring the debates of everyday life. However, no one could have predicted how quickly the show would descend into chaos, all triggered by one explosive lawsuit. In a matter of days, what had once been a staple of daytime TV was set ablaze by a chain reaction of controversies, each more shocking than the last. Even a team of seasoned producers and co-hosts couldn't put out the fire. When the smoke cleared, The View was no longer just a show. It had become a symbol of the fragility of public media. And at the center of it all stood one of its most outspoken hosts, Sunny Hostin. The first whispers of trouble came quietly. Production staff began to notice a subtle but significant change in the atmosphere. The usual light-hearted banter between the co-hosts had been replaced by careful, guarded conversations behind closed doors. It was as if the show were walking on eggshells, with everyone conscious that one wrong move could trigger an even bigger fallout. Rumors began circulating about a looming lawsuit that could change everything. But this wasn't just another routine complaint or a minor legal skirmish. No, this lawsuit was different. The plaintiff was believed to be a high-profile individual known for aggressively defending their image, someone who could not be easily bought off or silenced. Adding to the tension was the fact that this individual had powerful connections in both corporate and political circles, making the stakes even higher. The first indication of what was to come occurred during a heated debate on air, a hallmark of The View's style. Sunny, known for her forthright commentary and unfiltered approach, made a remark that would set everything into motion. At first, it seemed like just another spirited discussion. Sunny and her fellow co-hosts took their seats, ready to dive into the day's controversial topic. But when the conversation took a sharp turn toward one particular public figure, things escalated quickly. Sunny, as she often did, didn't hold back. Her commentary was pointed, sharp, and relentless. She tackled the issue head-on, refusing to sugarcoat her views. The room fell eerily silent. The usual background hum of the control room stopped dead in its tracks. Some viewers cheered for her boldness, applauding her for calling out perceived wrongs. However, others, particularly those with a vested interest in the subject of her critique, weren't as pleased. The target of Sunny's remarks was a figure known for fiercely defending their public image. They didn't take criticism lightly, and they certainly didn't forget when they were called out on live television. What followed in the days after was the stuff of media firestorms. Social media exploded, with both supporters and detractors weighing in on Sunny's words. Some fans hailed her as a hero for speaking truth to power, while others accused her of crossing a line. The controversy grew, gaining traction not only in the world of television but in the broader public discourse. No one could have predicted what would come next. As the looming lawsuit began to take shape, it threatened everything that The View had built over the years. The fallout from Sunny's fiery remarks continued to intensify. Some rallied behind her, praising her for speaking out against what they saw as injustice. Others questioned the validity of her claims, accusing her of floating unsubstantiated allegations. Behind the scenes, the shift in mood was palpable. What had once been a lively and carefree environment now felt fraught with tension and uncertainty. Staff members who had always been familiar with the show's ebb and flow started noticing a distinct change in Sunny's demeanor. One day, she was her usual self, jovial, confident, and quick with a joke. But the next, she seemed distracted, unable to focus on the day's topics. Her usual sharpness was replaced with an almost palpable anxiety. It wasn't just Sunny who felt the weight of the situation. Even the other co-hosts began casting furtive glances at each other during segments, unsure how to respond to Sunny's growing discomfort. The unspoken question lingered in the air: how much further would this controversy go? What set this moment apart from previous on-air dramas was the unmistakable presence of legal threats. The whispers that had started in the corridors about a potential lawsuit were no longer just rumors. They were beginning to take shape. Sources close to the production team revealed that the high-profile individual Sunny had criticized was preparing to take legal action. This wasn't going to be a small claim. Insiders feared that the lawsuit could be massive, with the *View**S network and possibly even Sunny herself named as defendants. The rumored figures being sought were staggering enough to send shockwaves through the network's executives. *The View** had faced its fair share of lawsuits over the years, but this one was different. Even the seasoned legal team at ABC felt the weight of the situation. No one had expected something of this magnitude, and certainly no one had anticipated that the very existence of the show could be at risk. At first, Sunny seemed unfazed. She had dealt with legal threats before and was no stranger to the rough-and-tumble world of broadcast television. *The View** had built its reputation on diving headfirst into controversial topics, and Sunny had often been at the forefront of these discussions. However, as the days wore on, the pressure began to mount. The tension among the co-hosts became more apparent, and the atmosphere on set grew increasingly tense. Sunny's demeanor continued to shift, oscillating between moments of intense confidence and periods of visible anxiety. The entire team seemed to feel the weight of the looming lawsuit hanging over them. The network executives, who had always been accustomed to the unpredictable nature of daytime TV, found themselves scrambling to manage the crisis. A show that had once felt like an untouchable institution was now at the mercy of a high-profile legal battle. The stakes were higher than ever before, and the future of *The View* seemed uncertain. What began as a simple remark on live television had escalated into a full-blown media firestorm, and no one knew how it would end. But one thing was clear. The story of Sunny Hostin and the lawsuit that nearly tore *The View* apart would be one that would forever change the landscape of public media. The usual boundary-pushing nature of *The View* had always been a part of its charm, with the assumption that the legal team would ensure the host stayed within safe limits. But as time passed, Sunny Hostin's typically calm and resolute demeanor began to crack. The first sign of trouble came in the form of an official letter from the plaintiff's legal team, a formal communication, not a tabloid rumor or social media post. It accused the show of airing defamatory statements, citing specific segments and transcripts. The letter demanded not only a public retraction but also hinted at the possibility of significant financial compensation. Those inside the network who had seen the letter were alarmed. This was not a warning. It was a serious threat of a lawsuit with a potentially eye-popping price tag. The news sent a ripple of panic through *The View**'s producers. Emergency meetings were called, and ABC's legal team began poring over everything, from aired segments to internal communications, scrutinizing each moment for any editorial misstep or potential misrepresentation. They combed through the footage, analyzing every word to see if there were moments when the show had crossed the line or when Sunny's impassioned remarks had gone too far, especially when discussing allegations that hadn't been fully verified. Talk shows often included disclaimers to remind viewers that opinions shared were not necessarily facts, but as producers reviewed the material, it became clear that this situation was far more serious. Some producers recalled an episode where Sunny, in her usual fiery style, had passionately discussed serious allegations, referencing information that hadn't been fully substantiated. Was this the moment that put them at risk? On the surface, the show tried to maintain its usual upbeat tone, with the hosts bantering about celebrity gossip and the latest political developments. But off-camera, the atmosphere was anything but light. The usual sense of fun had evaporated, replaced by a cautious, almost uneasy vibe. Joy Behar, ever the jester, attempted to lighten the mood with her humor, but her jokes fell flat, lacking their usual impact. Whoopi Goldberg, a pillar of the show, appeared particularly reserved, avoiding any comments that could be misinterpreted. It was as if the entire crew was holding its breath, uncertain of what the next turn in this legal drama would bring. As the days went on, it became evident that the tension in the View* studio was mounting. Sarah Haynes, ever the diplomat, adopted a cautious wait-and-see approach, offering strained politeness when the topic of Sunny's comments came up. It was clear to everyone that the weight of the situation was becoming unbearable. Still, no one seemed able to find a way forward. The silence between segments grew heavier with each passing moment, a collective uncertainty hanging in the air. Then came the blow that everyone had feared. The lawsuit was officially filed. The court papers, thick with legal citations and blunt assertions, claimed that both *The View* and Sunny Hostin had caused irreparable harm to the plaintiff's reputation by making specific factual claims without sufficient evidence to back them up. This was not just a standard dispute, it was a full-fledged legal assault that demanded the show's undivided attention. Behind the scenes, the network scrambled to prepare a public response. The stakes were high. One wrong word, One misstep, and the crisis could spiral further out of control. After much deliberation, ABC released a public statement acknowledging the lawsuit, but its tone was as measured as possible. The statement reaffirmed the show's commitment to defending its right to discuss matters of public interest, but the phrasing held a subtle, yet powerful, implication. Could the original segment have gone too far? Had they ventured beyond opinion into territory that was more dangerous, more damaging? Once the lawsuit became public, the atmosphere in the studio grew even more tense. Reporters and photographers descended on the location, eager for any new details or sensational tidbits to fuel the drama. Cameras clicked as co-hosts hurried from their cars to the dressing rooms, and reporters called out questions, their voices frantic. Inside the studio, the usual calm was replaced by a storm of scrutiny, and outside, the network's corporate partners began to take notice. Alarmed by the negative press swirling around The View *, major advertisers who had once eagerly associated their brands with the show started pulling back. Some campaigns were put on hold, and a few companies, longtime sponsors, quietly dropped their support. The loss of these sponsorships was a blow to the show's financial stability, threatening its very existence. Rumors about The View *''s cancellation started to circulate on entertainment blogs. Some staff members held on to hope, believing the show had weathered controversies before and could do so again. But as the days wore on, the executives' reassuring words became fewer, replaced by a mounting sense of urgency. Late-night meetings were held, consulting with lawyers and drafting contingency plans. Staff members who had worked on the show for years began to feel that the end might be near. The sense of inevitability was growing stronger, and it felt all too real. The center of it all was Sunny Hostin. Initially, she tried to project calm, carrying herself with the same confidence that had earned her a prominent spot on The View star. But as the chaos swirled around her, it became increasingly difficult for her to ignore the pressure. With every passing day, it became clearer that the situation was slipping beyond anyone's control. The storm that had begun with a single letter had now evolved into a full-blown crisis, one that could fundamentally alter the trajectory of The View *, and Sunny's place within it. Co-workers began to notice the toll the legal drama was taking on Sunny. One day, they saw her pacing near the makeup room, her eyes glazed, as if she were on the brink of tears. Another time, she ducked into a corner of the corridor, speaking softly on her phone, presumably consulting with attorneys or close friends. Even producers, who had admired Sunny's fearless approach to speaking her mind, began to question whether they had overlooked the emotional strain she might have been under. Had they missed the signs that something deeper was at play? As the stakes grew higher and the pressure mounted, it became clear that this wasn't just a legal battle, it was taking a personal toll on everyone involved, and at the center of it all, Sunny was left to navigate the storm she had unintentionally set in motion. Behind the scenes at The View *, the tension was palpable. Producers and network executives were desperately trying to prevent a complete collapse. ABC's legal team suggested issuing a carefully crafted on-air statement from Sunny Hostin, one that could express regret for any misunderstandings caused by her comments. The hope was that this would help diffuse the situation and calm the storm of negative attention the show had drawn, but every time the suggestion was presented to Sunny, she hesitated. Part of her believed she had done nothing wrong. She had spoken out to hold a powerful figure accountable, much like The View * had done for years with controversial figures. For her, the idea of retracting or softening her statements felt like a betrayal of everything the show had stood for. However, another part of her recognized the reality of the situation. An apology, whether genuine or forced, might be the fastest way to calm the flames. The trouble was, an apology could also be seen as an admission of liability, exactly what the network's legal team feared, as it could strengthen the plaintiff's case. As the days passed, producers continued to try and salvage what remained of the show's credibility and reputation. They met privately with sponsors, hoping to reassure them that ABC was taking the lawsuit seriously and was committed to addressing the concerns raised. But these efforts proved futile. As soon as one major sponsor, a well-known automotive brand, pulled its backing, others quickly followed suit. The domino effect was swift and unforgiving, draining the show's financial support and leaving it on the brink of collapse. Finally, the network took action. ABC released an internal memo announcing that The View * would enter a temporary hiatus while the network worked through the ongoing legal challenges. Though the memo was careful not to use harsher language, it was widely understood as the first step toward winding down the show completely. The studio hallways, once filled with laughter and activity, grew eerily quiet as staff members began clearing out their desks and personal belongings. Many exchanged tearful goodbyes, uncertain of what the future held. Some held out hope that it was just a temporary setback, a brief pause before the show would return. But the veterans of The View those who had been with the show through thick and thin, suspected that the hiatus was the beginning of the end. Within hours, the news spread like wildfire. The View was officially cancelled due to the ongoing lawsuit. Headlines splashed across tabloids and online news outlets, with commentators eagerly dissecting how a single lawsuit had brought down one of daytime TV's most iconic shows. Industry insiders pointed out that The View had been skating on thin ice for some time, courting controversy for the sake of ratings. This time, however, it seemed they had gone too far. Social media exploded with reactions. Some viewers mourned the loss of a platform that, despite its flaws, had given a voice to women and encouraged robust, often heated, debates. Others expressed relief at the news, tired of the constant drama and sensationalism. Meanwhile, some fans were particularly vocal in criticizing ABC for not standing by Sunny more forcefully. To them, The View had thrived on boldness and controversy, and they felt the network had abandoned that spirit when the legal trouble started. As for Sunny, she became the focal point of much speculation. Insiders revealed that she had not been present on set the day ABC made its announcement. Some claimed she was holed up in lengthy discussions with ABC's legal team, exploring whether she had any legal recourse or if she could be personally held liable for the damage caused by her comments. Others suggested that Sunny had gone home, possibly in tears, grappling with guilt over the fallout and the fact that her actions might have led to so many of her colleagues losing their jobs. The paparazzi soon confirmed that Sunny had been seen leaving the studio that day, her head down, avoiding the cameras. Her downcast expression fueled rumors that she was overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. It was a far cry from the confident, fearless woman viewers had come to know on television. The network's public statement on The View cancellation was brief and to the point. It attributed the show's end to a combination of ongoing legal complexities and strategic programming decisions. While the statement refrained from directly blaming Sunny Hostin, the subtext was undeniable. The lawsuit and the controversy that had preceded it had played a pivotal role in the show's demise. The news spread quickly, and major outlets picked up the story, analyzing it from every angle. Where had The View gone wrong? Could the co-hosts have done more to shield themselves from the legal fallout? And perhaps most pressing, what did Sunny's downfall signal for all talk shows that had relied on provocative claims and bold opinions to generate ratings? In the days that followed, tabloids dove into the more personal aspects of the drama. One article focused on Sunny's final moments on the set of The View painting a vivid picture of her emotional state as she entered her dressing room. It described her carefully removing personal photographs from the mirror and pausing to look around, clearly taking in the weight of the moment. For Sunny, the end of The View was not just a career setback, it was a deeply personal reckoning with the consequences of her words and the unforeseen impact they had on her colleagues, her career, and her legacy. Distressed, an unverified video filmed by a staff member soon went viral. The footage showed Sunny Hostin hugging a producer in the hallway, tears streaming down her face. The headline read, "Sunny Hostin's tearful goodbye," igniting a wave of reactions on social media. People were divided. Some scorned her for appearing to play the victim, accusing her of exaggerating her emotions for sympathy. Others empathized, pointing out how easy it was to cross an invisible line when working in the high-pressure world of heated discussions on controversial topics. The public became consumed by the fallout, and the debate over Sunny's role in the show's collapse continued to simmer. Meanwhile, the lawsuit didn't simply vanish with The View cancellation. It trudged on. ABC's attorneys were left navigating depositions and negotiations, all aimed at minimizing the damage. The nature of the disputed remarks remained sealed under legal confidentiality, but news outlets speculated that they involved extremely delicate personal allegations, claims that the plaintiff insisted had been broadcast as fact. As the case dragged on, Sunny and her legal team braced for a lengthy battle, one that could overshadow her career for months or even years. As the days turned into weeks, fans noticed a noticeable silence from Sunny's typically active social media accounts. She posted occasionally about charitable causes or shared nostalgic throwback photos, but there were no updates or comments about the lawsuit or the end of The View star. When entertainment journalists reached out for comment, they found her unreachable or received only cryptic responses through a spokesperson. Some speculated that Sunny was quietly strategizing for a potential second act, perhaps planning a podcast or online show to rebuild her career. Others believed she was simply laying low, trying to avoid stirring the pot and potentially inflaming the lawsuit further. Regardless of the reason for her silence, it was clear that Sunny had become a figure of intense scrutiny, with the public's curiosity about her next move only growing stronger. The other co-hosts, on the other hand, responded in different ways. Joy Behar expressed regret over how everything had unfolded but stopped short of pointing fingers. Whoopi Goldberg made a brief statement expressing her disappointment that the long-running show had come to such an abrupt end, though she chose not to delve into the specifics of the legal troubles. Sarah Haynes, ever the quiet observer, kept mostly to herself, turning her attention to family matters and personal projects. While none of the co-hosts directly blamed Sunny for the downfall of The View *, it was clear that the legal chaos had taken a toll on all of their careers. What had once been a powerhouse in daytime television had now become a cautionary tale about the risks of crossing legal lines in the pursuit of ratings and controversy. As the dust settled, it remained to be seen how Sunny would weather the storm and whether The View * would ever return to its former glory. Offers for new roles trickled in for Sunny, though they came cautiously. No production company wanted to risk another public meltdown. In media circles, the cancellation of The View * sparked widespread reflection and concern. For decades, the show had been a prime example of pushing boundaries in daytime television, delving into politics, offering comedic jabs at powerful personalities, and rarely holding back on strong opinions. While this approach had drawn a loyal following of viewers who craved authentic, unfiltered banter, it had also left the hosts dangerously close to potential legal pitfalls. The question now was whether the show's demise had set a chilling precedent. Would future daytime shows be forced to curb their discussions to avoid stepping into legal minefields? Commentators on talk radio, online platforms, and cable news had a field day dissecting the drama. Some argued that the downfall of The View * was the inevitable result of a format that thrived on controversy. They contended that any talk show encouraging unfiltered commentary about major public figures was always at risk of a lawsuit, particularly in the current climate. Others, however, believed this was an extreme case, pointing out that The View * had navigated close calls before. This time, however, the show collided with a plaintiff who was determined and resourceful enough to see the case through to the end. For many loyal fans, the cancellation of The View * felt like the loss of a piece of cultural history. They remembered how the show had begun with a mission to bring together multiple generations of women, discussing a wide range of topics, from pop culture to major political debates. Over time, it evolved into a ratings powerhouse, but also a lightning rod for controversy. The sudden end left a vacuum in daytime programming. While other similar shows existed, none had the same legacy or longevity that The View * possessed. As the lawsuit continued to unfold, major publications published scathing editorials about the precarious position talk shows occupy, especially when they blur the line between commentary and fact. Legal analysts weighed in on defamation standards, reminding the public that in order for a defamation lawsuit to succeed, a plaintiff must prove that the statements made were both false and harmful, and that the defendant either knew they were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Whether Sunny's impassioned remarks met this legal threshold remained to be seen. The courts would eventually decide, but the anticipation alone kept the public riveted. And the final analysis, the official cancellation of The View *, triggered by that high-profile lawsuit, stood as one of the most dramatic events in recent television history. From the first hints of legal threats to the day executives pulled the plug, the story unfolded in a whirlwind of tension, speculation, and behind-the-scenes negotiations. It was a stark reminder of the risks involved when entertainment, opinion, and the law collide on a national stage. When the cameras shut off for the last time, it was more than just the end of a popular daytime show. It was the abrupt conclusion of a broadcasting institution that had shaped cultural conversations for years. The staff dispersed, co-hosts parted ways, and a quiet emptiness settled over the once lively set. Only time will tell if Sunny Hostin or any of her former colleagues will fully recover from the shockwaves of The View *''s downfall. The defamation case remains a looming reminder of how a single lawsuit, supported by influential backers, can topple even the most established brands. While the set of The View * now sits dark and empty, its cancellation will be remembered as a sobering milestone in media history. It illustrated the delicate balance between championing free-ranging commentary and protecting a show from the legal perils that arise when a well-known figure decides to fight back. For those who tuned in daily, the memory of the lively roundtable persists, now tinged with the poignant knowledge that The View *''s final chapter arrived far more suddenly than anyone could have imagined. The iconic show, which once dominated the landscape of daytime television, left behind a legacy that will be discussed for years to come. Its cancellation will forever serve as a cautionary tale, A reminder of the fragile line between pushing boundaries and courting danger in the unpredictable world of live television. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this.
See you in the next one.